Hello PokePals, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing something a little different. I recently went to a card show near me. This card show had a mix of Pokemon and sports cards. Normally at these kinds of shows, you don't see a high concentration of playable cards for the Format Gym Leader Challenge, but I was still able to find some interesting stuff, GLC and not GLC. So, the first card here is Iron Bundle. This specific version comes out in some Paradox Rift Elite Trainer boxes. Its ability Hyper Blower is good for standard format, though it is outclassed by Fiona in GLC. It's worth $2, but I was able to pick it up for 1. The next card is Tapu Lele GX, the version that came out in Celebrations. It's obviously not a GLC card, because it's a GX, and they were selling it for $1 even though it's typically $3. Some vendors have a lot of low-end cards that they are not able to offload quickly, so they might price these cards lower. I try to look for these kinds of low-end deals. Next, I found 4 copies of Sandy Shocks EX. I picked them up for $1 each, but they are worth a little more. The main reason I picked these up, and not some other EX cards, is that people in my area are looking for this card. So having a demand makes it easier to liquidate again. I picked up 2 copies of Luminion V, the base rarity, and the full art, each for $1. This card lets you search a supporter from the deck, which is a strong effect in this current standard format, and the market indicates they'll sell for more. Comfy is a great card for standard and GLC Lost Zone Sableye decks. I picked it up at market price, but I'm hoping that someone will buy it for more, since it can be hard to find without looking online. For low-end cards, shipping cost factors in a lot for the cost of a card, so finding a buyer in person can be advantageous for the buyer and seller. Forest Seal Stone is a card only playable in standard format. I picked it up at market price since my local store ran out of this card. Wally is a more expensive card I picked up, mostly because Wally is cute. One of my first Pokemon games was Emerald, where early on you help Wally catch his first Pokemon. It brings back some good memories. The card is okay in GLC, though it gets a bit outclassed by TM Evolution, which came out more recently. Not that I care though, the card looks pretty good. I recently gave my only copy of Friends in Galar to a friend, so I made sure to find another one. I didn't own a Pokemon video game for many years until Sword and Shield came out, which I played a lot. Bede, Hop, Marnie, and Gloria all have their own cards, but having all 3 in the same frame hits different. Chien-Pao is another card some people in my area are looking for to play in standard. It's a good card, but I didn't get a good deal on it. Not every card is a win, but at least I was able to bundle this with some other cards to get a discount. Next is Muscle Band, the Pokemon League stamped version. This card is very good for GLC. Being able to deal 20 more damage can be the difference between taking a knockout and letting a threat stay on the field. At $4, it was an okay deal. Excadrill is a card I've been looking for a while. Its attack, Drill Bazooka, deals 120 damage for 1 fighting energy. Cheap attackers are good in the fighting type since the type lacks support Pokemon, so low maintenance attackers help you stay even in the prize race. At $2, it wasn't a good deal, but the card is quite useful, maybe even for a future video. Mew, with the ability Memories of Dawn, is a pretty good card for GLC. It was reasonably priced at $2, and it is flexible in several different GLC decks. The most common deck I've seen use this card is probably Lost Zone Sableye, because you can use Mew to copy Sableye's Lost Mine attack. This can protect Sableye from getting knocked out in the active spot. Oranguru from Hidden Fates is a good card for GLC in decks like Turbo Snorlax. It specifically works well with Squelbit to go through more of the deck. It was worth getting at $1.50. Chinchino and Dragapult are both also good GLC cards. Chinchino is good for drawing cards, and Dragapult is a good attacker. $4 for both of them is pretty reasonable. I also just generally like Shining Fates. It was a pretty cool set to me. I was able to get a Staff Aqua Patch. Here's the staff stamp right here at the left middle. I was able to get a Staff Aqua Patch for $7. This card is good in water decks that don't have other energy acceleration cards like Super Cold Excalibur, The price is high, but if it ever comes back to standard format, the price will jump a lot. So I'm pretty hopeful for this card. VS Seeker is a staple card for GLC, so I try to get any gold versions of it at reasonable prices. It says put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. This is really strong, especially because it's on an item card. $10 was alright for this card. I bought 2 copies of Mysterious Treasure for $1 each. The card is very good in Psychic and Dragon decks, being a better card than Ultra Ball in most cases. Chandelier is one of the cards I was most happy to have found. If it is in the active spot, you can put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. It's really good in spread decks. The vendor was not aware that the card was worth quite a bit more than $1, and admittedly, I wasn't either until I checked after I bought it. I've been looking for this card, so it was a win on all counts. Altaria is my favorite Pokemon, if I haven't made it obvious from my videos, and it's no surprise that I picked up some for the collection. Ignore the fact that I overpaid. The last cards that I picked up were some Shaman cards. The Full Art Shaman EX was $3, and that's because it's in heavily played condition, and the other Shamans are worth $5 each. So yeah, these ones will be distributed to my Shaman Enjoyer friends. So that's a wrap for this haul. While card shows aren't for everyone, you'd be surprised what you might find at one. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Until next time, peace.